So, hello everyone, of course, time for When They Cry the Gunport! It's finally here! I'm so late. I'm excited, man. I'm so excited. It's freaking Gunport. It's freaking Gunport. This is kind of favorite episode about. This feels basically, right, where season 1 ended, right? This is kind of where season 1 was like, you know, here's the gun shit. Satoko was an evil woman, and then it was like, here's time for the kind of the sequel part, right? We go to the school and so on. And especially for me as an anime only, obviously, you know, I mean, anime only is that first. My first anime, right, was that. Ignore Umineko. And I'm just like, yeah, because afterward it was all like, here's the doctor and the brother in. Yeah, then it got very confusing, of course, for I think first time watch, right? And then we got to the school, and that was better. That wasn't confusing because you didn't need to know that much. I mean, about like the the 60s one. So the school was fine, right? And of course, that was like another story. Still, now you're finally back at the gun scene. I'm sorry a bit later than usual. I had a meeting today and yesterday for 8 hours. Like seriously, like yesterday like 9 hours something like that, and today's like 8 hours, maybe less 7 hours. Exhausting, honestly. You don't do that much, but you know something. And yesterday I had like a meeting in the same meeting, like with the same people, and then had a timer up in the corner. So like, oh, it's like 4.5 hours now. This meeting. You're like, holy shit, man. But anyway, so here we are. I went to the gym after I worked today, right? So it's later. Normally, then I can go to the gym before, right? Earlier, but you know, I don't want to be the guy that like miss out on gym day because whatever, exhausted or something. So I was trying to do that. So anyway, here we are. Finally, the gas in. But yeah, so I'm like an hour later. But 3, 2, 1, and go. Yes, and of course, Ida 10. We watched this Tuesday. Yes. That's a Tuesday anime now, so we already see that last Tuesday. So yeah, so here we're back, baby! Gun scene! What could it be, Satoko? Yeah. Time looper? Are? Oh, so you tried to dodge it? You trap master? How did you know? It's like, I'm a trap master, yes! I'm also a master of traps! But Srida is a master of traps. As I said last week, if she has one power, it's trap magic. I mean, she had, you know, the trap and you set the fingers fall. She also had trap magic, like, from the beginning. Before she had time traveling powers, she was a trap, I don't know, just summoning traps, like putting up stuff in the ceiling and so on. Yeah. It was a trap. But here we go, finally, the gun, the climax scene, you know. It's time to go to heaven here. Come on. Yeah, here we go, I was gonna confront her. Yeah, how did you know? With of course Rika mean voice. Yeah, finally. Finally get the gun scene. He's been waiting for, Jesus Christ. Whoa, she just kills her immediately! She just kills her immediately! Okay. Also solution. Yes, okay, opening probably now. They're like, what? Nani? Shit, come on, Spider-Man. I'm too out. That is crazy. Okay, that's also a solution, I guess. Yeah. Get the whole thing going. I'm just laughing at it. Oh, that was beautiful. She was like, shit, she knows. Yeah. No more love. I was like, bam, bam. You know, it was like, one for you, one for me. Yeah. Okay, that immediately fixed the gun scene, I guess, the gun moment. But of course, they're gonna get into a new timeline, right? And in this timeline, I suppose Rika won't have the full memory, but she might, right? Of course, Rika now remember who kills her, so yeah, she might know. I don't think You know, I also hate drinking on stream and so on, but as I said, that 8-hour meeting today. Roughly, of course with some breaks, but you know, just meeting. I'm very exhausted. And tomorrow I have a few meetings in the morning. But after that I am definitely gonna just work on my own stuff tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna be like meeting in the morning. I have like 2-3 hours meetings. Then after lunch I'm just gonna like sit myself and just work. I'm like, don't talk to me. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know, yeah, tomorrow my plan is to be like, I'm just gonna work. I'm gonna answer anyone's mails. I'm just gonna be like, no meeting, that piece of work. Because it's frustrating though, in that sense. You know, we need long meetings, right? And you have something to do. You could also argue that meetings are meaningful, but I'm also like, I wanna do my stuff too. Yeah, you wanna do the practical stuff too, right? Even though I'm more theory crafted, but still. But okay, here we go. Next time loop, I guess, there has to be a new... Wait, back to the same one? Beach episode? It might be the same, might be a slight different, but it seems the same, right? I think Rika remembers, though. Well, remembers she's dead at least, but... But in this one, does she remember Satoko was evil? Question of the quarter is, does she remember who did it, right? Satoko shot her immediately. It's like, no! Nightmare? Yeah. Major! Don't stay! Okay, yeah, now she knows, okay. Stop trying to tell me you're evil, let go! Okay, yeah, so now she knows, right? She has to know. Yeah, exactly. Kiss her again! Is it speedrun? Any death again? Like, damn it, you just kiss her with the fork! Come on, Rika, stop, yeah, insta dead again, but BAM! Okay, you stop remembering! Yeah, it's like... Oh, man, etchy here. Dropping her up eyes. Yeah. Honestly, though, she was like, man... Okay, so she kisses with the fork. Now it really is speedrun killing him. BAM! We had a fork earlier, though. I was thinking the fork was gonna be a weapon. We saw the fork, you know, the plantering. Yeah, plantation. It's kind of stupid, honestly, that other character behind them not hearing anything. They're standing, is playing in the water behind her. Yeah, gonna focus up. But I mean, yeah, the characters, they're like, woo, yeah, Kenichi, look at the ball. Like, they don't hear anything. They don't hear her screaming with the fork. Like, just like, Keely, bastard. Yeah, and come on. Damn, I'm moving way too much. Okay, now she will remember again, I guess. This is like the most speedrun death ever now. Yeah. Death, any percent, speedrun at any percent ever. I guess you're gonna... Yeah, man! Now I'm just laughing at it, but it's just ridiculous. Holy shit, man. This is getting ridiculous! Yeah, I'm gonna burn her face, right, or something. Nande! It's like... Well, I guess Satoko has to, like, kill her content now, because you can remember immediately, right? It's all your fault, stupid, netto rare school scene! Yeah, so the frying pan, the classic... It's actually a dream of stupid school. Stop going to school, Rika! Yeah, smacks her with the... You would think that Rika will get the upper hand eventually, though. Like, in one timeline, she's gonna... This is even crazier than the former speedrun. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. How is she so strong, though? She just hit her and she flew. Man, now it's like gonna drown maybe in the water here. Yeah, in the rice field, integration field, you know. I played Sakuna Rise of Ruin. Actually, I like the game, you know. It's quite repetitive, but it's a good game. It was also a cheaper price, like a $40 game. I think it was definitely worth that money. Yeah, it was a good game, I think. Played last Christmas. I bought this before I went home to my hometown. A little bit there, under a Christmas vacation. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you're still a lot of... But now it really is. Yeah, you just beats her immediately. You just wakes up with like, you just pummels her. Pummel, baby, pummel. Yeah, okay. It's like, now it really is speed any death, any percentage. Speedrun death scenes. This though seems to be like kind of when you're egging the school though in this timeline. Yeah, kind of when you're buying the books here. So now this is like a later on though, I feel. In the other ones are kind of early, right, in the time loop. Holy shit, though, it turned into like a torment episode here. But honestly, though, Rika has to kind of defend herself. Rika, come on, girl, you're gonna beat her up or something. At least try to beat her up. I mean, certainly some deaths here. She ambushes Rika. Rika, like, wakes up and bam, stabs her in the middle of the fork. Finally, yeah, so in this time, now she's like, yeah, I'm gonna block finally. After like 10 death scenes, I'm gonna block you. Dance. Well, now Rika has the weapon though, she can fight her with the staff. Yeah, she can like... Here we go, yeah, finally, she can beat the crap out of her. If it's a random guy getting owned. She's very physically strong though, Satoko, yeah. I guess that witch power makes her much stronger, because she can throw it around there and the guy kind of flew with that. So yeah, she's definitely physically much stronger than the girl is. Definitely. But I guess she's actually like a 1,000-year-old woman, right? She has the power of a 1,000-year-old experienced lady. But they're probably gonna burn to death now. And those poor people trying to save evil Satoko. But yeah, she finally blocked her because it felt kind of silly that she would never be able to defend her with like 10 deaths or so. And finally, beat the crap out of her. There we go. Is she gonna keep... Oh, a bit of school now? Okay, now it feels kind of weird. Now they jumped like 5 years in the timeline. So now I feel they're jumping through the timelines here. Yeah, like, okay, so in this timeline, we're like almost finished with the timeline. I don't know why they talk so calmly. That's right! Oh, yeah, it's like, come on. Maybe you should beat her up before you start talking to her. Kind of we have jumped over there, though. I guess the point was that she killed her. No, but... Yeah, because now they're back here, I guess. Now if it's kind of crazy, like what's happening now. Or is it happening at the same time, different timelines? Because wouldn't it stop happening if she dies after Rika? Yeah, what happens if she kills her now here? Won't this like... Yeah, it's my dream, but she kills her now. Yeah, would that like fix it then? So now Rika clearly kills Satoko, right? Won't that like... Okay, you can just be still alive, but still, she kinda killed her. Won't this like change, I mean, the timeline? Obviously she was alive because she loves Rika so much, she pushes her out. So Satoko still wins in every timeline? It's definitely that feeling confusing here. But I guess she's managed to win every time. I mean, she's bleeding, but she pushes down the window now and she wins. Yeah, and then... Well, okay, this is kind of an equal draw, they both dies. But see, they're never kind of jumping in time now. No, I think they're kind of just jumping in time here. It's cool, but it's a little confusing now, because I feel that you're kind of almost fighting, and then you're time traveling, and then fighting another timeline, right? And the conversation kind of keeps going, so it's like... What's happening, really? They're kind of jumping through time here. Or maybe they're remembering, maybe they kind of remember where they were the last time they were fighting, so they're like, haha, I remember our last conversation we had in 3 times ago. Let's keep going with that. Exactly. It's all about the nectar rat. I love you the most! You talk to the other girls, I want to kiss you! See, it's back to that, you the nectar rat. I want to marry you, Rika, stupid girl! I want you! Yeah, stop blaming me for being a bad girlfriend, you know, you could have asked me about relationship or something, but yeah, now they're back at school again. It is cool, but I think confusing for the actual rules here. Because they're like teleported through time now. And obviously now they're bigger, right? Because now they... Oh, now they're the roof or something? Yeah, okay, now like a some kind of duel here on the rooftop or something? You could have studied! Yeah, it's like, you time travel 1,000 time travels! What if you studied instead, Satoko? So you time travel, man, to kill me! It's like, yeah. Okay, nice. Now they're like... Okay, now it's nice. You got this like a samurai duel on the rooftop here with the moon, full moon, rooftop duel. Yeah. Baseball. And they both kinda die? Ah, come on, girls! No, they're very tough though. They're clearly stronger than normal people. Yeah, they've been using their magic to somehow be stronger. I would feel can't they just not be friends? I mean, I know they kinda, you know, so kinda obsessively under love her, yeah. What if they just didn't go to school together? Am I the only one? What if, I said it last week, right? What if Satoko stays at the city? Rika goes to school, and then they kinda date and kiss or whatever on the side, you know, or after school hours they kinda meet up and, I don't know, make out or whatever. What if they just hang out, you know, after school? Do they have to obviously be living together always? I think both of them are trying to force the other one to go on their constant life path. They're obviously obsessed with each other in that sense. But yeah, back to the girls, the spirit goddess realm, whatever it's called. Maybe she can break through here. Maybe Hanja can. I mean, it's Hushan. She's a awesome. As a kid, my favorite was, you know, Hushan. Yeah. She's you know, love Hina so on. Ooh. She's way weaker than you. Yeah, feels like she's way weaker. She's like whatever. Yeah, like just. Yeah, she's like whatever. Yeah, I stabbed you. She feels a lot weaker than her. Ooh, is she a copy for them? Yeah. Yeah, I'm you, but better in every way. Sounds like that, right? Like you're a defect copy of me. Like I'm the real you. You're the... It sounds like she's like, I am you, but you're stronger in every possible way, right? I am you, but better. Yeah, so it's like, I have all your powers, but I'm cooler. And so on. Well, sure, you can also have a miracle, but... can always luck in a miracle, I suppose, but... Okay. They keep fighting though. But I don't know what is a miracle. Is a miracle, I guess, would be Satoko. It's like not hate. I guess Satoko's the miracle would be them being friends or something. I guess like them not killing each other. But they're very mortal though. I mean, not only that they really don't have a new life form, but yeah, I mean they're very resilient, right? These girls. They're clearly incredibly more powerful than a normal little girl is. Yeah, they're super powered. Like they have. But it's nice though. The deadly duel. Duel through time and ages. Yeah, I use power bad stuff though. Instead of just studying. Instead of just studying. I love that. I mean, I would love that power too. Yeah, I also love that power. That is a cool scene though. Yeah, I would love that power too though. But I probably would have done something else with it. But see, it's all about the love, right? Exactly. In a million years, I will still love you. Whoa! Ho, ho, ho! That's probably the best home run that so far though. That was a beautiful, yeah. Smacked her during mid-air, put her face into the wall. That was beautiful. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I got you. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful that scene. That was the best that scene. Yeah, that definitely was the best that scene. But no, I guess. Oh yeah, she's gonna kill her with maybe the dagger, right? I mean, not dagger, but what's call it? Like the edge of the sword, right? The tip of the sword, the broken sword part. Yeah, she kills her with like the broken sword part. But Satoko has the sword. I said it in my last review. Satoko has the big sword though. Yeah, because she has the one. But Satoko has the big one though. Satoko has the whole sword. She has, of course, the little. Yeah, Satoko has like the real thing. She has the knife, basically. Yeah, but of course she can use it against her. That was like obvious. Oh, here we go. Rika transform even. She's like, which power time go? Yeah, here we go. She's even gonna go Super Saiyan on her. Gonna fly after her. Yeah, just going serious. But see, she has a sword, right? She has the much better weapon. She has the actual weapon. Satoko, of course, is prepared with the much stronger spear weapon, the actual, like the 98% of the weapon, basically. As I said in my last review, right? I was like, this is gonna be important that Satoko, of course, grabs the loop. That's cute. The ant. I have the real shit. Here we go. Yeah, I got the blade, baby. Yeah, come on, Rika. Yeah. Wanna fight? Oh yeah, Satoko gets her own power up too, of course. They turn into a very much like a shonen anime now. It's turned into some kind of battle shonen anime. We are Naruto now. Or Dragon Ball or something, yeah. Super Saiyan fight. Oh, real battle begins now. Yeah. And they're gonna, I guess, fly around in space or something. It's getting kind of ridiculous now though. Holy shit, they went from the power level. They went from having like a little... Yeah, they went from fighting with like a stick on the ground, right? And with a fork. And now they're flying around in space and... shooting Kamehameha house, basically. Oh my god, it went kind of ridiculous. Man, it really went over the top now. I just can't stop. I'm just enjoying it, but it is kind of silly now, I feel, honestly, though. They went from... I mean, honestly, I did prefer the more down to earth, fighting on the rooftop with the hammer, with the baseball bat. That felt more real. Now they're kind of flying like gods in the sky. Now they turn into like Dragon Ball characters, and they're like, yeah, it feels a little bit. This like, oh my god, I feel this whole thing is a little bit. Yeah, and she's like, I got the lightning magic against you. They're very stubborn, yeah, they're very stubborn. But if she kills her with this weapon, then will she kill her permanently, right? That's how it sounds. So, like, can she redeem her by killing her with the dagger, though? Or whatever you call it, the tip sword. Won't that, like, break her her soul or something? Permanently. Killing her. Wasting her, you know? And then they lost kind of like the god power, I guess, because they kind of broke the weapons. Okay, no, they are there, but they lost the weapon, actually. Oh, I guess it fused up again, of course. Because they're a magic weapon, so... I guess it... fused instead of breaking. Why not? Oh, Rika wins, it looks like. Gets it first. But now they just teleported to the school again, or not the hospital. This is what I mean is weird in this episode. But now they, yeah, because now they're fighting and they're like, oh, now they're in the basement instead. Yeah, why are they time traveling and also space traveling? Why are they? Yeah, now they're back home again. Like this is weird. Like why are they fighting in different places? Now this is Kish's home, of course. And the stairs. Yeah, why is this thing happening? Why are they like traveling through time and space while they're fighting? Yeah. Less a part of me though. So they shouldn't be kind of like confined that she's her... Yeah, her copy or something. Hanyu. Definitely explain exactly what they are to get to each other, but it's not like... In her aspect, she's just like, you're my clone or something. Yeah, they, what if they just decide to not be together? There would also be a solution for it. But I think they could decide, as I said last review, they could decide to still be lovers just after school, I mean, it's like, can't they just hang out after school together? Can't they just, do their best friendship thing, just do it after school? That would be solve everything. They don't have to live together every day of their life, right? They can get married when they're 20, they can get married when they're 25, yeah. Stop being so stubborn that they have to be together when they're 14 or something, or 15 or whatever. Yeah, they don't have to be together every day when they're 16 or something. Have you seen Split before? I don't know. This Split has been in one episode before. In this this Split has been very... Not one of the common places where they are at. You're gonna use her love attack on her, right? You seduce her, yeah. Yeah, she gets, of course, the soul power back there. Like, I love you! To the... when I see her outfit, I like it, yeah. It's a side boob outfit there. Yeah, it's got the cool Yamato side boobs. Yeah, the hamaka with the showing the side of the pantsu and... Satoko's clothing is badass. The hakama with the pants open and so on. And, yeah, obviously the side boob is... Proper outfit. Or she won't. Probably. Yeah, I don't think she can kill her, right? She still loves the girl in the end, right? And Hanyu, of course, keeps... Oh, she got free now, though, but can she defeat her, though? She was like, whatever, I can use defeat if you're... Yeah, she's like, yeah, whatever, though, little ant, right? Yeah, it feels like she's like, I'm so much stronger than you, what can you do? Oh, you're free now? Like, what do I care? Yeah. Yeah, like she's like, you can't fight me. I'm just like, come on, I can teleport. She feels a lot stronger than her, right? A lot stronger. Well, that fight seems very one-sided. what a fighting episode. One more episode, guys. Yeah, one more episode, right? So... That was hilarious. I love the beginning. The beginning was the best part, in my opinion. Where she just kept killing her. Yeah, come on, that was the best part. When they turned into the super science, yeah, I mean, it was good, but I like the best part of it. I think I want. Oh. But that was the best part, in my opinion. I don't know the 10 out of 10 episode. But, I mean, in my opinion... I think people will agree with me on this part, right? I think this fight to me just feels better and looks better when they are, clashing on the rooftop. That feels more to be like this is more a down to earth. How to say it? Like, this feels really, gritty, knitting gritty. Which fits more for this anime, I think, when they cry. And it's like, you stubborn bitch! Yeah. Then they kind of keep hitting each other with her hatchet, I guess she has. You know, obviously, Satoko loves the baseball bat. Or that's her thing. Yeah, she's a big fan of the baseball bat. Where is the scene when they kind of smack? This was amazing. Now this is, yeah, here it is. I mean, this to me will be my favorite scene. And I think this is... it's not that I dislike the Super Saiyan fighting, but, you know, this to me feels... I keep saying here, but this feels a lot more like this is when they cry, right? Kind of nitty gritty, you see kind of sparks flying around, and the metal in the like, blood that is... And a lot how she killed her, kind of pushed her down, and, you know, kind of killed her. She was falling down in like a combo, like I daggered her. There's a cool death scene too. So, I think this is a really good fight. It fit, you know, perfectly for this anime. And then the later part was kind of cool when they kind of transformed and they were flying around. But it still felt like kind of out of this anime, right? Oh, that was sort of lags back there. It's back. Sorry, it's froze by computer. But then we get into this thing, right? And I mean, it fits generally for kind of how they have in their powers. But I don't think this fits as in the when they cry, right? Suddenly they're like, oh yeah, you got me. Yeah, suddenly they have like a rainbow fight and they're flying around in space. They're like, take my laser sword. Yeah, this doesn't feel as authentic to me, right? And the nitty-gritty fights always feel bigger. But I think generally in most animes, not just for this anime itself, I wouldn't just say anime, I would say anything. Nitty-gritty fights, you know, people are punching, kind of see the blood flying and so on. That feels a little more real, right? I think when then the two people being like, ha, me, two laser beams to hit each other, that doesn't really feel the same, right? So it looked cool. It wasn't like bad animated or anything, but I felt like it kind of fits how they're like turning into these super people when they get in the weapons. So it definitely aligns to the storyline, right? And as I said in the last review, because I what I call it, I mean, I'll say what I did because it's obvious, but as I said in my last review, it was obviously going to be important that Satoko has a sword. Like, she's going to obviously use a sword against Rika. That's how she can permanently kill her. It will, of course, come back as a weapon later. And yeah, so I was right on that, but like, that wasn't like... that was pretty obvious. I would say, like, yeah, that was pretty clear. Of course, that sword was going to return, right, later. Like, what else would happen? I don't think she's going to kill her, though. You know, I feel this in the end. And again, this, you know, I like this in a lot more, right? When they're having this struggle after. Yeah, like, for me personally, a lot more. This is, I think this looks way better, right? When they kind of lost their powers, so to speak. They kind of lost their Super Saiyan powers. And now they're kind of screaming, crying, like, I love you, you love me. So let's stop, maybe, I hate you also, though. I'm gonna kill you, bitch, and I hate you. And they have this more, you know, emotional drama thing about struggling in the rain. It's like, oh, it's not a great scene. And that feels more, for me, more emotional, right? Than seeing them flying around in rainbow colors. So, yeah, I liked that they went away from the space mambo jumbo and back to kind of that gritty, rainy fight in the mud, right? Being like, I'm gonna drown you in the rain and so on. So yeah, I think it's a great fight. And of course you keep seeing the emotional part. But it's kind of silly though. I keep saying, I said it for probably a year now, not a year, but half a year, that can't they just decide to like, I mean, I say that physically, of course, jokingly, but obviously they have this like yandere love, right? And Rika, in this episode, definitely kind of points to her also being quite yandere, because Satoko is like, oh, you're an idiot, stop forcing me to go to school. She's like, I hate you, because school will be anyway. It's like, what if Rika just accepted that Satoko doesn't want to go there either, right? I think in the previous season, I felt that it was Satoko's fault, of course, or it is her fault mostly, right? Of course it is. She can just study or don't go there. But now, you know, of course Rika hates her now because she has seen Satoko killing her many times over. But it still feels a little bit, though, that honestly, when you see them fight now, especially kind of school thing, right? When you see them, you know, teleporting to the school, and Rika is like, you bitch, just, you know, do what I want instead, right? And so on. Where's the school file? I'm going to find it. Yeah, here. And they're, you know, they're actually back at school again, right? Because they're jumping for the time. When they are doing this fight, though, I mean, I understand Rika's angry, of course, that they could kill her 50 times over, right? Of course, she's angry at her, but at the same time, you know, at this moment, you do kind of feel Rika is to blame as well, because she's like, shut up and go to school with me. That's what I want, you know, yeah. She's kind of like, shut up, I love you, you're my woman, go to school with me. Just deal with it, shit, you study, shut F up and do your shit, be a good host, be a good wife to me, you know, do what I want, woman. She kind of gets into that I mean, I would always say that Rika, you know, she's kind of paralleling Satoko, right, a lot in this scene, and also in the later school scene too, because in this school, she's like, yeah, you not to rap other girls, it's your own fault for not being the perfect girlfriend to me, you know, you shut up and do what I want, you know. So she's kind of like, yeah, but in the previous season, it felt like Satoko was just silly. Satoko didn't talk to her and so on. That of course is still true, but now, this episode here, I think arguably gives some of Rika's point on it, right? That we didn't see before. Rika aspect, but of course this is Rika aspect of it after being stuck in the time loop though, and her killing her. So obviously she's angry at her. So I think in that sense it might just be the anger, right? She's angry at her, but still kind of loves her. So you know, but let's for argument's sake say this is Rika's actual true college, her true feelings, and it isn't actually affected by being in a time loop. This is how she was always thinking. That is actually, if that is true, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm saying it might be true, right? Then this scene in the other school, in all the general fights in here, right, still kind of points to it actually being Rika's fault a lot more actually than I would say before this episode, because she's kind of pointing at, yeah, but I want to go to school, I want to be the perfect girl, and you should shut up and you know you go with me, make me happy, you know I am your woman, you shut up and you know be my perfect best friend, girlfriend, lover, I don't care, you shut up, woman. So you kind of gets into that. Position, right? Yeah, she's just like, I mean, she kind of gets into that position. She's like, you know, just deal with it, you know, yeah, like deal with it. It's your fault for not being a proper lady. You should have done what I told you. Yeah, here she's kind of like, just shut up, Satoko. You know, you had one job, be a good girlfriend to me, and you failed. Isn't she kind of like, yeah, I'm not around you, but you were a bad wife to me, you know? No, but I mean, people say, oh, it's so much Yuri, they're not in love. But come on, clearly they're in love. Clearly they're very young, right? They have some kind of weird, I mean, you're obviously much more than friends, right? They're much more than friends. They're borderline Yuri, right? They're actually kissing. They're kind of anime, you know, kissing friends, you know? But in this in here, very much so, I think, because here's Rika. I mean, Rika is basically like, yeah, I know that around you by dating other girls, right? But it's your fault because you weren't like a good girlfriend to me. You were failing me. You know, you weren't hanging out with me. You weren't studying. You weren't cute enough, right? She's kind of, I guess, if you look at it as an actual relationship, right, which she could have, but from a romantic standpoint, she's basically like, yeah, I slept with some other girl, but it's your fault for being a bad girlfriend, right? You know, she's kind of gaslighting her. Yeah, you know what I mean? She's kind of victim blaming her, isn't she? In this scene, she's definitely victim blaming Satoko. She's like, yes, I did cheat on you with these other 4 ladies. Because you were a bad wife to me. Yeah, I wanted to do it, you didn't want to do it, I slept with someone else. It's basically like, it's your own fault for being a bad woman, you know, to me. You don't respect my authority, woman. That's kind of what she's getting into, right? Oh, I mean, I would say so. If you're looking from a romantic standpoint, right? She's kind of like blaming Satoko for not being a good enough girlfriend to her. She's like, well, it's your own fault for being a bad girlfriend, right? That's why I slept with someone else, right? Basically, right, in the whole romantic aspect, right? And obviously the last season, I mean, Satoko standing in the trees being like, she's cheating on me. It's very, very netto rare kind of storyline, right? Certainly is. And also someone said, oh, netto rare, you have to, no, netto rare is just seeing your girlfriend or whatever, having a boyfriend there. Netto rare doesn't even have to be actual, you know, smashing, right? Netto rare can just be that you have a girlfriend, and then she, you know, dates another woman or man, right? That's netto rare, right? So netto rare is a very open umbrella. To say it here for people be like, why she didn't sleep with them? It's not technically there. Netto rare is way broader than that. But anyway, you have different course. Oh no, it's netto rare this, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm just talking about in general terms, right? But that being said, in general terms, isn't she basically just a gaslighting Satoko, victim blaming her? You're like, it's your fault for being a bad girlfriend. I want to do it. You really want to put up, you know, you really want to get dressed as I wanted. It's your fault for, you know, failing our romance kind of thing. But and she kind of is right, because Rika, of course, is like, I want to go to this perfect school. I want to get perfect grades. I want to get this, you know, career, whatever. You're supposed to be my girlfriend. You're going to go with me. We're going to get to this career together. We're both going to be doctors together. You have perfect life, get children, you know. That's kind of her dream, right? Certainly. But in the first season, it really felt like Satoko was just kind of being forced by Rika. But of course, Satoko could have just talked to her and said, I don't want to do it. So, you know, it still blames on Satoko, right? But now then, in this version though, I think it's fair to say that Rika is, again, more to blame, because she's like, shut up and deal with it. Yeah, you don't have a choice. You don't do what I want, right? You know, but yeah, she's like, shut up, woman, be what I want to be my slave, kind of like that. Yeah, shut up and be my perfect life girlfriend, woman kind of thing. Whatever our relationship actually is, whatever we actually supposed to be. Are we lovers? Who knows, right? It's a little bit like that. But that being said, as I mentioned earlier, again, just to emphasize on that, right? This, of course, is after Rika has died like 50 times by her. So in Rika's defense, maybe Rika never felt like that, and she's telling her this now. She's like, "Shut up! You're an evil person. Do what I want." Yeah. So it might just be her like being angry at Satoko because she killed her like 50 times. I suppose, but it doesn't feel. Honestly, though, I feel this episode kind of does put a blame on Rika for forcing Satoko to be her girlfriend in the way she wants to. Honestly though. But anyway. A lot of story elements there certainly in the episode. That being said though, the first part for me was just comedy gold. Come on. The comedy gold. First, she shoots her immediately. She's like, BAM! Immediately. Oh God, he shoots her immediately. And then of course she wakes up and she's like, Are Rika! And she's like, and she sees that she remembers. And then she immediately kills her. Come on, like this I thought that was hilarious, yeah. She's like, you like, she's like, fuck that! Yes, 500! Yeah, like, shut up, woman! Yeah, she's like, yeah, he smacks her, you've been alive for a minute, bam, dead. Come on, I think it was hilarious. It's a comedy gold, man. It was all those weird, it was like Golden Kamuy scenes, yeah, it's this weird, violent comedy. And she kind of wakes up, she's cutting some sushi, something else, some meat, whatever, yeah. Some meat, and we see her remember. Yeah, she gets like a, And she gets this like, BAM! And I'm just like, BAM, frying, BAM, bitch! Come on, this was comedy gold. I'm laughing crazy. This episode was hilarious. I mean, the first 10 minutes were, maybe 5 minutes, yeah, they were comedy gold for me. Like, we see Rika's face at being like, cutting food and being like, wait a minute, Satoko is poof, and I was like, yeah, and then smack comes the frying pan in her face. Shut up, Rika! Yeah, shut up, deal with it! Yeah, he smacks her and like, burns her in the face, right? And then they captured the school bag too. Oh, it was beautiful. She was like, oh God, it was just hilarious. Yeah, and they walk home from school. She gets a surprise face, yeah, she gets this like, again, her memory is like, no, come on, this was hilarious, this was comedy, this was some amazing shit, man. Oh my, I love this episode, yeah, we see, Judy, pops up the ice there, she's like, what's happening? It's like, he's by the back of my stomach. Yeah, every time Rika is like, then she gets killed immediately. It was just... This was truly comedy gold. But anyway, I think it was a great episode, seriously. That was easily my favorite episode. And I love the episode when they kind of split the world, right, with Satoko, but it was even fun. But this first minutes here, comedy gold. I love how Satoko kept killing her. Any death percentage speedrun. It was just hilarious. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, also I think it was interesting seeing the Rika perspective over it. Of course, it is again colored by Rika being pissed off because he keeps killing her. But at the same time, though, Rika's like, I am more stubborn than you, woman. Deal with it, yeah. So he's like, shut up and be my lady, I'm gonna go to school. You're gonna be my second woman there. You shut up and deal with it, yeah. You're gonna deal with being my housewife kind of thing, right? But honestly, though, it feels a lot like Rika. Basically, it's like, you're my stay-at-home housewife. Shut up and deal with being my, my like push-down woman, yeah. It's accepted, It very much feels like Rika is just like pushing that on her in this episode. And I say it again, but I think it's interesting to imagine that this was actually how she was feeling from the beginning, right? Before they actually got angry at her. And I think the episode points to that, right? I think it points to that Rika actually was kind of bitchy at her, gaslighting her and so on. It definitely gives Satoko a little more redemption when you look back to the first season and actually thinking that Rika was like... I mean, if you imagine that Rika actually knew that she was nattering her, right? She probably did know that, but I mean, knew that Satoko was sad and angry and felt, cheated and betrayed by her girlfriend. And she's all like, well, shut up and deal with it, right? Yeah, she was like, that's her problem. I can do whatever I want, yeah, kind of like, weakling. She gotta put up for that shit, yeah, kind of like that. It's her own fault for being sexy enough, kind of like that, yeah. If you imagine from that perspective, Satoko's not, turning evil and killing her, but before that, Satoko, being all natural and all sad and disappointed, is definitely much more understandable, because her girlfriend is like, well, it's her own fault for being a sore loser, you know, yeah. You should shut up and do what I want, right? It's kind of like that, and I think that's definitely points to that. But it also has that question mark if she's saying that because she's like, well, I'm angry because you killed me 50 times, right? But I think it's both. Yeah. That's my take on it. Because I do feel the anime is trying to point that Rika isn't perfect, right? The anime is trying to point that Rika doesn't certainly get killed, but of course she's not a perfect girlfriend. She's not the perfect husband, I guess, more in that situation. more of that, yeah. But she's not, she's not the perfect woman, right? In that sense, because as I said, right, many times over, wouldn't they fix a lot of the issues if they just agreed to not live together? Couldn't Rika just accept that I'm gonna go to school, you can stay at the hometown, right? And then we can, and then we can still be together at the weekends or something. We can still, hang out or something, and I don't know, kiss or whatever on the weekends, right? And then when we are 20, we can move to Tokyo or something, or I don't know, move somewhere else and we can get married. Who cares, Or we can still long distance date, something like that, right? But they're both like, Rika refusing to accept that Satoko is gonna live in the city, right? In the village, I mean, and vice versa. They're both like, you have to do my dream, but you have to be with me. Even though they kind of hate each other, they're definitely really in love with each other too, right? So it's like a weird yonder thing where they really hate each other, sick love, I mean, but also love each other, right? And I feel like both of them are like, you have to live my dream. So this episode definitely, I feel you can blame Rika a lot for what's happening, because in the end she's like, no, you are gonna shut up and do what I want. Yeah, she kind of like, beats the crap out of her and like, no, shut up, Satoko, like here. She's like, you shut up and go with my dream. Yeah, instead of saying that, okay, you don't want my dream and I hate you because you killed me 50 times, let's do something else. Let's do like a split thing where I do my dream, you do your dream, and then we make love in that, something, yeah, and we do our own stuff in the end, right? But instead she's like, no, you smacks her with the chair and like, shut up, Satoko, you're gonna do my dream, right? So, yeah, I feel like Rika in this situation here definitely is hugely much more her blame than in the end, because she's refusing to let Satoko leave, right? Yeah, she's like, no, you're gonna be my bitch forever, right? It's kind of like that, so I like that almost the most in the episode, that it points to it being Rika's fault a lot more than you would argue for before, right? I don't disagree with me, but I think that Rika is massively like gaslighting and victim blaming Satoko for what happened in the first season, though. That being said, of course, Satoko is like a deranged sociopath, so it's not like she's innocent. But I just mean like this episode makes them both like bad guys, yeah, which I enjoy, right? Because I feel that they're both bad guys now. Honestly, I mean, obviously Satoko is worse than Rika, but I feel like Rika in this episode is also kind of turning into a bad person. She's like, I'm just gonna do my stuff. I'm gonna kill you and force you to be my slave in my timeline, So she's like, well, let's go back to what I want to do, right? It's kind of like that. But it does feel like the last episode of it, let's course, and my last point here is gonna be that we have the miracle idea, right? The miracle idea, and I do feel it's gonna go back to Rika, of course, can't kill her, and the miracle probably will be that she's gonna agree that maybe we can do our own paths and then we can meet up in the end of something. Maybe we can combine our dreams. Maybe we can do both, right? Maybe we can do, some trade-off, typical relationship. So we can have 50-50, right? We can meet up in some love in the end. That's what I expect her to agree with, right? Satoko will finally forgive her, and she's gonna also stop trying to enslave Satoko in a way then, because the episode here kind of points to her actually being more of like a boss of Satoko, and then they kind of have a miracle of some kind of combination of the dreams, right? That's what I would guess, right? That would be the miracle. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna review. That's a great episode. That's my favorite episode. I mean, the beginning was comedy gold. Like, I'm just laughing my ass off seeing Satoko killing her. But anyway, guys, one more episode, subscribe, so on. See you guys next week with the final episode. Tomorrow we have the final episode of Black Company, and we have Blue Pierce new anime, then we have the horror and series. So yeah, so tomorrow, first anime on the fall season, right? The artist manga. Looks interesting, looks different, right? Like an art manga about doing art, something. Looks really interesting. And of course, you have some other final episode left, right? But generally, we're coming into a new season now. And in my opinion, this is also the best part, in my opinion, this week's right? Because the endings is cool too, obviously. Like this anime, seeing how it ends. But I also just like seeing new anime. Even if I don't even like the anime, I just like watching the first episode, the first 2 or 3 episodes, right? So you get like a first impression. You get the kind of the feel, right? Because sometimes you hear about the premise, you're interesting, right? And you want to look at the premise, see what the artist has in mind, right? And sometimes you see an anime where a man goes, over the game, whatever, right? You play it or whatever, and you're like, this is horrible. Yeah, that also happens to me too, right? I don't want to say an anime here, but for example, whatever, I can say one anime, which I don't care. Plunderer, okay? Not like the worst anime ever, but when I read the premise, I was like, this sounds really interesting with the numbers, and they have this like trading, and they can like, if you can sell your body or your weapon with your numbers and so on, right? It sounds really interesting. Then I watched the anime, and it really didn't use the number things in any meaningful way at all. It wasn't used, but it felt so boring how they actually utilize this number system, right? So that's the bad thing. It's like a premise. I feel the art has a good idea for a premise. Then when I actually look at the anime, I'm like, okay, but this is really unutilized, this premise, right? And I haven't seen more than the first 3 episodes. Everyone keeps telling me that the same thing rest of it, right? So maybe it's not, but I think it's the same thing the rest of it, because I feel the author had a great idea and didn't utilize it right. So you find those things all the time, right? And you have other animes where it's like, oh, this is like great, like they were actually, it's kind of the classic thing, right? You have an execution and an idea, right? Sometimes something is very bad executed, it has a great idea, but doesn't work out, and vice versa, where you have like a really boring premise, like a very like bland premise, and then it's played out perfectly, right? So that also sometimes is happening, but I think generally the first new anime week starting tomorrow, you're looking at the premise, right? You're looking at the ideas, the creativity, the ideas, and then you're hoping for something like, oh, interesting ideas, right? And sometimes they miserably fail, sometimes they're amazing, right? But anyway, that's for most for that one. I'm excited to see new anime, of course. How will it end here? But again, my guess is they're gonna, I mean, to me, the only thing that makes sense is they're gonna decide to disagree, right? And like agree to disagree. Let's still be in love, best friends for life, BFFs, lovers, whatever. Let's get married after we finished our separate journeys, right? That has to be the miracle, come on. That they're gonna decide to go separate paths and then in the end still come up together, you know, and get married, whatever. But they're going that, sort of trying to make the other one, because now they're doing this thing, right? They're trying to force, you have to go my path, you have to go my path. What if they have separate paths that meets up, right? That would be the intelligent solution. So I think that's gonna be the miracle. They're gonna agree to like do that shit, right? But anyway, see you guys next week, of course, with the final episode.